Welcome to our panel discussion celebrating the incredible talent behind Waves 2025 Film Poster Making Challenge. Today, we are joined by the top three winners of the digital poster competition: Saptosindhu Sengupta, Shivangi Sarmah Kashyap, and Suresh D Nair, along with Akshat Sinha, who's the founder partner of Image Nation Street Art and the co-organizer of this vibrant competition. So let's dive in, shall we? Now, I have the first lady that I see here on my screen. So, Shivangi, let me begin with you. Uh, the classic Hindi film poster that was given to you, and how did you imagine it as? What was your experience like?
Okay, so first of all, I am really very excited to hear that I'm part of top three, and I actually had an amazing time making the poster. I chose the film Katha for my poster, and I went ahead with making the poster more symbolic, because the movie also shows, like, the story of the tortoise and the rabbit, and how the slow and steady wins the race. So I thought, like, I would portray that in my posters. So yeah, I really had a very nice time being part of this competition.
And Saptosindhu, would you care to tell us about what has been your creative journey reimagining the film poster that was given to you? How did you actually come about on what you wanted to showcase, on what your thought process was like when you were coming up with that, reimagining it digitally?
Well, I chose the film Subarnarekha, which was directed by Hrithik Ghatak. It's about the post-partition India and its after effect. Well, there were actually lots of films which I like. I can remember Kumati was there on the list, and Salam Bombay was there. But I thought that this time I shall be more rooted to my culture, and since we are from the same city, city of joy, Kolkata, so I picked this film Subarnarekha. Well, in this film there are lots of close-ups actually. So in the foreground, I used one of the close-ups of Madhuri Mukherjee, and of course the film is actually a metaphor, I would say, and the river Subarnarekha, the ray of hope, which I call, and the actual title was, I think, the golden thread, and the film was actually a metaphor that later on delves into more, I would say, critical coincidence that was taking place in Kolkata and India at that time. And I wanted to make it little bit surreal and kind of impressionistic, you can say.
Okay, all right. Okay, Saptosindhu, thank you so much for that elaborate answer. Suresh, your turn now. What went behind that head of yours while you were reimagining the film poster that was given to you, and any particular creative challenges or handicaps that you might have felt during the course of that short journey of yours?
I choose Salam Bombay because it's such a powerful, raw, and emotional film. It shows a side of life that often goes unseen. I want my poster to reflect spirit of the kids in the film without losing the emotional weightage. By planning the poster, I focused on the emotions the film left with me. The visuals, the struggle, and the sense of survival, scenes of survival. It was all about capturing that in one image, and it is pushed me to think deeper and design more intentionally.
All right. And Akshat, you are the person responsible for this challenge. First of all, your vision behind this poster making challenge, the fact that you decided to come up with this, and the journey that it has been for you, looking at all these creative pieces that have come to you, and then finally deciding on the top 10 and finally the top three. What has it been like for you?
Thanks so much, Greha. Thing is that I am a very nostalgic person, and most of my art practice is also based on that. And when we had an opportunity with NFDC, NFAI to co-organize something as important as film poster making, challenges in the waves, overall the summit that's going to happen in Mumbai. I was very happy that we selected films that, which were spread across India. They were not from any one particular film industry, state film industry. They also went across a lot of, from the black and white films like Patal Bhairavi and films like Salam Bombay. And so all these films had been iconic in what they were. When we received the submissions, and I must tell you that these three were not an easy trio to select. We received around 542 submissions from across India. And we had a wonderful jury. We had Anandmoy Banerjee, who is the vice principal of South Delhi Polytechnic in for women, and we had Aditya Arya, photographer and the director of Museo Camera, which is the first of its kind camera museum in India or across the world. And they spent about 4 hours trying to trim down first to a number of 197 and then to a number of top 50. And these top 50 get to be showcased digitally at the Geo Center. People are invited for that. And these top three artists are being invited there, and we'll reveal who the number 1, 2, and 3 are. It was not an easy job to select it. It was a good headache to have.
Okay. If I ask all three of you, Shivangi, also Saptosindhu and Suresh, how was it when you guys got to know that you've made it to the top 50? And all of these top 50 that I'm talking about, like Akshat was just mentioning, are going to be having their pieces showcased at the Geo Center. So that really means a lot. And then eventually making it to the top 3 contention, you would get to know who gets the first, second, and third spot very, very soon as you head to Mumbai for the entire Waves summit there. But just making it to the top 50, because here we're talking about entries from all across the country. Shivangi, would you like to start?
Honestly, like I'm very thrilled, and it's very like it's almost unbelievable for me that I made it to top 50. And it's also like, it helps me remind that I'm on the right path, because I'm also a design student. I am in my master's first year. I'm doing communication design. So I just feel that this is like, it's opening a door for me to network and to collab with, like-minded people. So I am just very, very thrilled, and it feels very surreal to know that I'm in the top 50.
And Saptosindhu, before you answer your part, I'd like to understand from you, since you mentioned a Ritvik Ghatak film, you have to be a student of cinema to be talking about classics. So again, then reimagining a film poster comes next. That's the second step. So are you that? Are you a student of cinema? Are you an eternal fan of classic films that India has produced?
You can call me a film lover. Actually, I have studied microbiology. So I just love watching movies, and I'm a street artist, and I do lots of geek posters, album art, that kind of stuff. So yeah, Ritvik Ghatak is one of my most favorite directors of all time. And Subarnarekha might not be my most favorite work of Ghatak, but definitely one of my most favorite films. I just want to congratulate everyone who made it to the top 50. And this time I want to quote this music producer called Rick Rubin. I think he once said that you have already won once you have put your works out there. So that's what I want to tell.
Beautiful. That's absolutely beautiful. Now, Suresh, about your aspiration. How did you get to know about this particular poster making challenge under Waves? What really got you into probably putting out your entry there? And you thought that, okay, fine, this is something for me to do, and this is up my alley, and I'd like to be participating in it. What was that one thing for you?
When I first heard about this competition, I know I had to enter. It seemed like the perfect platform to challenge myself creatively and tell a story through design. And top 50 was already such an exciting moment for me. But being selected in the top 3 and getting invited to Webs in Mumbai, that's next level.
Okay, that's next level indeed. So, Akshay, tell me, what does it mean for all of these 3 people to be chosen at the top 3 contenders, and how will this exactly help them in their career trajectory, in their journey of creativity? What have you planned for them?
Well, as Shivangini, rightly put that this could be a career changing move. I mean, an opportunity where you open doors which you might not have known that exist, and they get to be they get an opportunity to rub shoulders with the top honchos and the top people from across the industry. And the creative industry in India is huge. And we will be having people from all walks and all sorts of creative aspects, be it filmmaking, be it music or dance or art and direction. And there will be a lot of people who can create a road path for these people who want to utilize digital aspects and utilize that into art and creativity. I think this will be a wonderful platform for all the three of our top three winners who will be coming to the center. But I think it will be also a very important mark for all the top 50, for they'll be able to claim that they were the top 50 in the first summit that happened, the first wave summit that happened. And I think they can claim success because of that. So I think in the future, lot can open for them.
Also, Akshat, apart from the digital poster making competition, you also had a painted poster making competition for which I believe you went to various institutes across the country. So, how was that experience like, and the entries that you received? And what is the plan of action for the people who are the chosen ones? What do they get to do at the Geo Center in May?
So we reached out to about 167 institutes across India, all states. We tried to get a pan-India footprint on this competition specifically for hand-painted film posters. Unfortunately, with a lot of universities having exams and other submissions and all, we did not receive what we had expected. We had expected that it would, rise up to 1,000 number. We had much low below that, but the entries were really satisfying. And thankfully, the target number of 10 best, students from these institutes across India, from Punjab, from Delhi, from Guwahati, from Pune, they're all going to come together at the Geo Center, and they're going to be competing live. They'll be given a title right there and then, and they will have to come up with a reimagined poster or a poster of that film in 3.5 hours right there and then. I think that's going to be really challenging. But what will come out of that, I think that person can really claim to be having been a successful artist and a creative persona. And I'm sure that being there, and art is not just to be seen as a product, but while the art is being created, I think that in itself is such a beautiful thing. It's a performance, and a lot of people want to know what goes behind into making those creative posters that we see ultimately at the end of things.
That's amazing. That's amazing, Akshat. And I do know how this will be very, very close to your heart because you are yourself associated with, hand painting murals for that matter. So that's something that we'd get to see in the month of May at the Geo Convention Center, and all of that live, along with all of these three artists. So, they are going to be eventually legendary in their own right because they have at least started, they have taken the first step. So, Akshat, they have you to thank for at least giving them this platform, and I have to thank you for letting me meet these really bright minds. Thank you so much for doing that, and thank you so much for having this conversation, Shivangini, Saptosindhu, and Suresh. Thank you so much. And Akshat, I'd like to thank you as well. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rhea. Thank you. All the best to all.
Okay, bye. All the best. Bye bye.